Greetings, YouTube. This is Yvette, and welcome to our channel where we are always talking about fasting. And August is getting ready to start, so we're going to be starting a new fast. You can start anytime during the month, but it's always nice when we're fasting together because there's just strength in numbers. And when the enemy comes out at us, there's a team of a mess with all of us, and we experience the same thing, and we kind of encourage each other. This is a channel where we are taking dominion over the earth like Jesus gave it to us. We take authority over the enemy. He don't run us, we run him. One of the things that we are also realizing is that we're part of God's kingdom, and his kingdom looks very different than the United States, okay? So we are learning to take our rightful place as kings and priests, that we are holy nation, we are royalty. And so that's amazing that when Jesus came and died, he restored the kingdom back to us, okay, and gave us power and authority over the earth, over the enemy, in his name. And so this whole kingdom thing is working for me, and I can recognize the movement of the enemy because he was busy yesterday. I was doing something for the lady that is the one who gave me the challenge to do the 30-day communion, and I've been doing that. And so some of you have been doing communion. Listen, do communion. I'm telling you, as we walk in righteousness and the extent that we are taking to get ourselves on track, God is seeing it and he's honoring it, and we are walking in expectation. So I got to have fellowship with my friend yesterday, and I was taking something to her. And I had the hardest time getting over there. First of all, I was attacked in the middle of the night with some sickness on my tummy, which is not something that normally happens to me. I felt like vomiting, and I don't know why. It was an odd feeling to have. I was so sick. I was sick. I was like, Lord, please don't let this happen to me. Because I was in bed. I didn't feel like getting up. My tummy hurt, and I didn't have to have a bowel, and it wasn't that kind of a feeling. At this age in my life, I know the difference between when I want to vomit and when I need to go to the restroom. I was hoping it would come out as a bowel movement. But I was praying, and the Lord let that feeling pass. Eventually, I did have a bowel movement, and I was able to get up because I was like, whatever it is, I'm determined to go take care of this errand that I have to do for the Monday. Okay, so I'm fine. Everything's fine. Wasn't sick, and for breakfast that morning, I had fruit. But when it was time to leave, I could not find my keys for 30 minutes. I prayed, Lord, show me where are them keys. I couldn't even find my spare keys, and I don't like to take my spare keys, but I was going to take my spare keys. Couldn't even find them. I was like, no, this is odd. Oh, it was a problem. When I finally found them, I'm behind schedule. I ended up being 3 hours behind. I go to Home Depot because I have to pick up something to tie down the furniture I was taking with me. I got the wrong, no, there was nobody there to help me. No matter, I was there was just nobody to help me in the store. So I bought the wrong type of ratchets. Got them home, put them on, didn't work, went back, took them back and got smaller ratchets. Again, nobody to help me. And I was asking for some help, and the person I asked told me, well, I can't do it. And that was the end of the story. And if you go to a home improvement store, they need to say, well, yeah, I'm not the one, but let me call you the specialist, because they have specialty people in every department. She was telling me she couldn't do it and wasn't interested in helping me because it was me. Okay. So I'm like, you could call somebody else. That's what you're supposed to do. I know, if I didn't ask you to do it, I said, can you get me somebody to do it? That was what my words were. And that started off just not a good thing. I ended up complaining to the manager that, that's not necessary. If we ask for help, I know she can't do it. Call me somebody else on the radio is all I'm saying. And then whatever the issue was I was having, even the guy, he couldn't even do it. I said, now, can you imagine if I got home and had tried to do that? It wouldn't work for me either. So I got a 3-hour late start on what was going on yesterday. Get over there, and I'm doing all this moving with this other family, and then taking some furniture to them. Then I had to go do the stuff with the homeless. My body had a workout. By the time I get to go doing their stuff with them, and I'm out until I was up early in the morning. I didn't get home till about 2 o'clock last night, 3 o'clock. I was praying, Lord, keep me awake, because I was falling asleep at the wheel. I was falling asleep at the wheel. God, help, help, help. Please help me get home. Okay. That only happened. That's the first time that's happened since I've been feeding people. Um, so I kind of had a day today to take it easy. But I'm going to tell you something about this whole kingdom. Expect attacks from the enemy because he does not like us and he really don't like this communion. And that was the interesting thing about being sick the other day. I was like, Lord, I said, I took communion because, walking in the kingdom, I'm not expecting nothing weird to be happening to me. I'm walking in upright in the righteousness that we have through Jesus. I am as I'm learning, hey, my whole mind is kingdom. So that's why this is foreign to me. Yeah, I've been sick in the past, but I'm not expecting that stuff now. And I know I have a natural body, but I'm telling you, I'm a whole different place. So I'm not the person to tell that, somebody was saying, oh, I have a hard time this time of year because this, that, and the other. That ain't kingdom talk. I will stop you dead in your tracks. I don't want to hear it. That's not kingdom. No, you listening to what the enemy's saying to you. Ephesians 6, we supposed to bring every thought captive. Or no, was that the Ephesians 6? No, it's Ephesians 5. Bring every thought captive. And so don't be listening to that mess. As soon as the enemy starts talking, I can't hear it. Okay, so this whole kingdom thing, I'm telling you, God intended for us to be in a garden. So when we talk about the Lord restoring us back to where he was, we're supposed to be having heaven on earth. So that's what we've already learned, that the whole point of the tabernacle and the holiness that God had for the children of Israel is him showing them that, look, I want it to be holy in this place, just like holy in heaven. So now we are the temple. And God says to us, Yvette, I want you to be holy in your body, just like it's holy in heaven. It's heaven on earth. We are to experience the miracles and we're heaven on earth. That means everything works right. So being restored back to where we were means that God has a garden for us. And I'm expecting to walk in that. The enemy does things here down on earth and he tricks us. He makes the neighbors and all of us think we need grass, that we should have trees and shrubs and flowers in our yard. You can't eat any of that. That's what the enemy does. He does that kind of deception to people. How come we're not growing things we can eat, having our own Garden of Eden? God blesses it. Just like I told Mr. Paul, I said, well, how do you handle this? Where the Lord said for the earth to rest on the seventh year. He said that was when we were under the curse. When he said that, I was like, you know what? You're right. We're back, we're restored back to where we were, to our rightful place in God. We still are not walking in it because we don't understand the kingdom part. You guys, when the Lord said he sets us free, he set us free. That means we were bound and we couldn't be where we were back in our place with God because the enemy had messed that up. We've been restored back. All of us who have accepted Jesus as our Savior, we've been put back in that rightful place. So really, we belong back in the garden, like an Adam and an Eve. And that's where I'm walking. I'm walking in my paradise. We're walking in our inheritance. So listen, you guys, if you're new to the channel, I want to say welcome to the new subscribers, because I know anybody that subscribes to this channel is because you know you want to receive from God and you want that power and that authority. You're walking in it. You're expecting your miracles and supernatural. So when that issue happened with me, with my body the other night, getting sick, I'm like, oh, I'm not understanding this because I'm not receiving none of that. Not as a kingdom citizen. So I'm telling you, have faith and have trust in God. It's amazing. It's amazing. So I want to share with you that even though I'm talking about kingdom, there is a place in my life. We all have these spots where we've got these weaknesses. And I'm going to tell you, because I live pretty transparent in front of you guys, and I don't mind sharing with you, but my issue is food. It's always been food. Food. So now I've been snacking like crazy and eating all kinds of stuff I haven't had in years. Haven't had in years. And I'm enjoying it. But guess what? My body's not enjoying it. I'm having some issues in my body because it's not healthy for me. Well, that's where I'm allowing the enemy to attack the temple, and I'm letting him in. That's the space I'm letting him have. I'm done with it. So today, in my feed was yesterday I watched this. It was cucumber water. I don't know if you heard of it, but I'm going to put a link up because one of them is this Jamaican lady that I just think she's so cute, the way she talks. The way she, the way Jamaicans talk, she just reminds me of when I went to Jamaica and how half the time I don't know what they're saying. But she makes a cucumber water and she adds ginger to hers. And then there's a Hispanic lady and she makes cucumber water. And she doesn't put ginger in hers. But ginger is good for you. But I just know that ginger makes stuff kind of really like a spicy kind of a drink, and really ginger wakes it up. But ginger is good for your body. So I think I am going to make a version with ginger. But today, and I think she put mint in hers, the Jamaican lady. Today I'm going to do or maybe she didn't put mint. I'm just going to do the Hispanic lady's version, but I'm going to put both versions, put the links in there. But I'm going to tell you, when you're thirsty, some cucumber water is healthy. I'm going to tell you, they did theirs a little different than mine. So I have a Vitamix where I cut up my cucumbers, I peeled them, put them in I put one cucumber and you both use two cucumbers. I put one cucumber in my Vitamix, put about 2 cups of water, and I turned it on and I let it blend, blend, blend like crazy. But I did peel the outer skin off. I left my seeds in. I did not scrape my seeds out because I don't throw away seeds. I don't usually throw away stuff on my vegetables. And I blended it all up, all up, all up. I squeezed the lime juice of 2 limes, added that to my mixture, and I filled up my pitcher with, to make it full, I added more filtered water just to fill it up. I added the lime juice and then I added 4 tablespoons of sugar. Now, normally I would use more sugar, but I had previously dissolved the sugar in some warm water to where you couldn't see it, and poured that into my mixture, blended it up, poured it over ice. Now, the lady on the Hispanic lady, she adds chia seeds, and you might see the chia seeds whipping around the glass. Yeah, you see them. It looks like little pepper flakes. So I added chia seeds, and when I did this the first time, I had the chia seeds, and I mean, I really felt it's refreshing. It's good. And you guys know me, I don't like no weird tasting stuff, but this is bomb. It's healthy for you. I added the chia seeds because it's supposed to help fill you up, and it's good for omega 3s and um, some nutrients for you. So I am happy with this. I can't believe I'm drinking it. Cucumber water. Like I said, I only used one cucumber. I probably could have used two, but I think I'm cool with the one and the 2 limes because it's actually feels kind of like a light drink, like not like heavily fruited. But make you some, and when it's hot outside, this tastes better than tea, and it's healthier for you than tea. I mean, I like tea, iced tea, I really do. Sweet tea is good, but sweet tea is a little too sweet for us. And as we get older, it's not good for us to have all that stuff. But try this. But I'll put the link out there. And you guys, if you're not doing communion, do the communion twice a day. Because I will tell you that the Lord wants to meet with us twice a day. He wants us to meet with us in the morning and in the evening. And when you're doing your communion and spending time with him in the word, that almost forces you to have devotion with him, even though I'm encouraging you to talk to the Lord all day long, praise and thank him all day long. So I do that. So that's why I feel like I have way more devotions than just 2. He wants to meet with us on a weekly basis, which is what we do on Shabbat from Friday night to Saturday night. And if you don't have church those nights, become very very aware that it's Friday night. And if you have kids and household, listen, nobody does work. We don't cut grass on Saturday. We don't do dishes. I do my dishes the Friday in the afternoon. That's one of the last things I do is clean up the dishes and put them in the dishwasher. Over the weekend, I mean, from Friday night to Saturday night, if I have dishes, the only thing I'll do to them is after I've used them, I'll rinse them and stick them in the dishwasher because I'm not washing any dishes, but I'm picking up after myself just because I will put the fork in the dishwasher or whatever it is that I'm using because that takes no effort at all as to put it in the sink or to put it in the dishwasher. Okay. And then he wants to meet with us on a monthly basis. And so those are the feasts. So, but every month, the people don't have feasts. There isn't a feast in the Bible every single month. But you and I are fasting on a monthly basis where we are devoting ourselves to him on a monthly basis. So do you guys see where we're walking in holiness and what he already requires? So take it to that next level and don't think that just because it's in the Old Testament, you throw it out. That's where you learn who God is. That's where you learn really that you're royalty. That's where it was said first. that we were a nation of priests. That's where it said it first. Okay, and so all it was doing was preparing to get us back to a kingdom. He was trying to have his nation, but we couldn't follow him. We couldn't accept him as a king. Children of Israel complained the whole time because everybody else had a king that they could see, but they couldn't see their king, and they had a problem with that. I don't mind that I cannot see you, Lord, because I know you're there. I have faith. I believe God's word. So, and so do you. Okay. We believe it. We don't need all that stuff. We can see the miracles he does, and they were passed down to us, and we have it in the word that shows us. So, you guys, let's walk in our stuff. You guys are doing this. You're doing it. So, every time the enemy acts up, just know that God has a plan. You don't have to fix it, he's going to fix it. The neighbors that I initially gave the furniture to, um, and it didn't work out because it turns out, oh, these guys, you talking about a mistake. It should not have happened. I should have just waited. But sometimes I get so anxious. I'm like, no, I want this stuff out. I want it out. I want it gone. I want it gone. We need to move on. That's how me and my daughter felt. So we were just like, gonna give it to anybody. It wasn't intended for them. It was intended to bless somebody else. I told my daughter, and the way they acted, oh, they were so mean about it. I was even gonna let them keep this stuff, but they're like, no, you can take it all back. You can take it all back because I don't want to be controlled where I can't donate it. No, don't donate my stuff. When I asked you not to, and I told you there's a family that would like it, listen, I knew after that something was going to happen. I said I would not be surprised if vandalism started. A day later, someone damaged our van that was parked on the street. And then after that, 2 dents were put on the side of it that did not exist because I washed that car by hand. I've always washed it by hand. There was no dents on the driver's side. Somebody did that. So it was them. It was like interesting that, oh, right after this furniture incident, the very next day, our stuff is damaged. It was them. You see what I'm saying? I'm not fighting that battle because I'm going to come to the fight, but the Lord is the one fighting that battle. He going to take care of that situation because you messing with me now. And Jesus makes a comment that if anybody bothers us, it's better for them to tie a rock around their neck and, you know, and I can't remember what the rest of the expression is, but it's better for them not to, don't never mess with his people. So you see, I'm one of his people. So I'm going to sign off, you guys. Subscribe, turn on the notifications, do communion. Get involved in our fast. Make sure you are spending time with the Lord, okay? Because he is rewarding us. And the one thing I want you to pray for is wisdom. If you haven't heard me say that before, ask him for wisdom like Solomon did. Solomon didn't ask for stuff. So this kingdom we're in, don't start asking for houses and cars and land and money. Don't do that. Ask him for wisdom. And I'm not saying you can't use money and cars and I can use those things. But I'm saying that's not what we're seeking. We're seeking wisdom and to be wise. So seek God for wisdom because he'll add all these other things to you. Seek after the kingdom. Like Jesus said, make your cucumber water. Okay, I got the links down below. You guys take care and I'll see you next time.